what's up Taiwan? I'm Tiffany Wong with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. We begin today in Seoul, where police have blocked protesters calling for the arrest of impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol as they make their way toward his official residence. It comes a day after law enforcement failed to carry out an arrest warrant for Yoon after being blocked by presidential guards and military troops. Meanwhile, Yoon's advocates continue to gather in the city to show their support. Yoon is being investigated for insurrection over his hours-long declaration of martial law on December 3rd that led to his impeachment. He maintains that he will return to office and avoid removal by the Constitutional Court. A judge has ordered that Donald Trump be sentenced on January 10th in his hush money case, just 10 days before he's sworn in as U.S. president. The New York judge presiding over the case signaled the most viable sentence for Trump would be an unconditional discharge without any jail time, financial penalty, or probation. Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts of falsified business records involving a hush money payment to a former adult film star during his 2016 presidential campaign. The judge rejected several motions by Trump to dismiss the case. Trump's team is criticizing the judge's decision, calling it a witch hunt. U.S. Congressman Mike Johnson will remain Speaker of the House after winning re-election with 218 votes, the absolute minimum required. Johnson was short 2 votes but secured a majority when 2 Republican representatives switched their ballots during the 2-hour voting period. One of the holdouts reportedly received a call from U.S. President-elect Donald Trump encouraging them to support Johnson. Following his victory, Johnson and Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries both signaled a willingness to work across the aisle.
Our people are asking for a thriving economy and a rebuilt middle class and strong borders and a strong military, and we can deliver that. See, these objectives and these aims don't have an R or a D behind them. They have a USA. That's what we're about.
The new House has also issued its priorities, focusing primarily on dealing with immigration and deportations. But Republicans also plan to vote on a bill to reduce double taxation for certain Taiwan residents earning income on investments in the U.S. To learn more about what the bill would mean if passed, Chris Gorin spoke with financial industry executive Chris Cotterone.
Were you surprised to see a bill about Taiwan and cross-border taxation, a somewhat niche issue, make it into the U.S. House's short list of priorities?
Not really, because there was strong support from both the U.S. and Taiwan for this agreement. And perhaps the only reason it failed last year in the U.S. Senate rather than the House, which it passed, was more related to other parts of the bill, which included portions that were not part of the U.S. double taxation issue, such as child tax credits. That's what really killed it. And this time they seem to be running a plan or a strategy which tries to make that cleaner. Over 100 people from Congress have put forth a letter to say this bill needs to get passed. And I think giving the power of the president to negotiate a deal, and we all know that President-elect Donald Trump likes to be a negotiator, this means that this would have a better chance, I think, of being passed, not just in the Congress, but also being signed by the White House.
I know this issue of double taxation has been a priority for both sides for some time. How unusual is it for international residents and investors to be taxed by both countries?
Keep in mind, Taiwan already does have double taxation agreements with more than 30 other countries around the world. Where it's important to look at this double taxation bill is because Taiwan is the only nation among America's top 10 trading partners that does not enjoy double taxation relief. That's the key. And this will help provide, like I said, that greater certainty for investors from Taiwan who want to set up businesses in the United States and invest in the United States. Trade and investment is often seen as a way to improve bilateral relations, economic relations between two countries. Why? Because when you allow other countries to invest in the United States, you allow them to build plants, to produce their products there, to provide goods and services within the country and create jobs. The tariffs and the trade tensions that we're facing globally are often because countries are exporting their products to other countries. I think one of the reasons why they wanted to put this bill separately is because they see the difference in those two things.
That was Chris Cotterone, a financial industry expert in Taipei. Expectant parents in Taiwan often hope their child can be born on New Year's Day, which is seen as lucky. Though it's hard to time birth dates exactly, a hospital in Taiwan has seen a worrying decline in New Year babies. It says this could be a sign Taiwan's low birth rate is getting even lower. Leslie Liao has more.
There are still about 20 days left in the Year of the Dragon, considered an auspicious year in Taiwan to have kids. Children born in a dragon year are believed to be blessed with good fortune. But it seems these days that even divine protection isn't enough to encourage people in Taiwan to have kids. Taiwan's birth rate is declining. The country is set to become a super-aged society this year, meaning 1 in every 5 people will be aged 65 and older. A hospital in the city of Taichung is noticing a big difference in the number of births, particularly on New Year's Day on the Western calendar.
本来在龙年的话都会止跌回升，但是今年看起来好像也没有这种状况产生，这是非常非常严重的。当然生不如死，这个已经没办法反转。
Last year, the hospital saw 7 births on New Year's Day. This year, there were only 2 in the early hours of 2025, a trend that's causing alarm among the staff. Taiwan's birth rate has dropped for 8 years straight. Many blame social and economic pressures for the decline.
现在人都30几岁才结婚啊，受孕率跟20几岁的人比起来，其实就比较低了。等于是能够受孕的能力跟时间都比以前要少1半以上。
Taiwan's birth rate has fallen dramatically compared to the past 2 dragon years in the 12-year zodiac cycle. 2 cycles, that's 24 years ago, 3 times as many babies were born as this year. Given that, Taiwan may need more than divine fortune to turn its declining birth rate around. Justin Wu and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Chinese disinformation significantly increased in Taiwan last year, according to a new security report. A National Security Bureau report says China spread more than 2 million pieces of, quote, controversial information in 2024, marking a 60% increase from the year before. According to the report, online platforms saw the largest increases in disinformation, with Facebook accounting for over 40% of the total, making it the single largest source. The Bureau did not say how it calculated the numbers. Local cybersecurity experts say the campaigns are likely targeting young people.
影响这个年轻族群以后的投票行为的话，现在就需要去形塑。
The report says common disinformation themes include skepticism of Taiwan's president and military, as well as doubts over U.S. support for Taiwan. Pro-Russian hackers have launched another round of cyber attacks against Taiwanese businesses and government agencies. 3 waves of attacks targeted the Taoyuan Metro, the Finance and Justice Ministries, and several private companies. Government agencies reported swift defensive actions that minimized disruptions, while private companies like Chicony, AI Chip, and DFI say their operations were not significantly impacted. Taiwan raised its cyber attack alert level in September last year after a similar attack. Strawberry season is in full swing in Taiwan, but hundreds of farmers in Miaoli's Strawberry Kingdom are facing an uncertain future. Sandy Chi explains.
People in Taiwan call Dahu Township in Miaoli a strawberry kingdom. The area in the country's west produces most of its strawberries. But despite the arrival of the winter strawberry season, farmers here are worried about their future. That's after the government announced plans to move ahead with a project to convert waterfront farmland from agricultural to river zones, a move which would bite into farmers' growing space.
你看这么宽啊，哪里需要说，我们这边又整个把农地都划掉，就是他把它划成河川那什么法定界限那些之后，那到时候他真的施作的时候，这边就没办法种草莓啊。
Many locals also say they're worried about the impact rezoning will have on tourism, as the area is a popular destination for strawberry pickers.
会影响到大湖整个观光的产业，尤其是从法云市一直到南湖溪这边都是大湖的那个观光生命的动脉。
The government says the plan has been in the works since 1996 and was designed with flood control and safety in mind.
这个是河川治理计划，那个是公告我们那个堤防要做的位置。另外，因为我那个还有一部分可能不做堤防，所以我们会有河川区域的一个公告。其实那个时候就是这样子的，99年就发生效力了啦。
The government says it will continue to consider public opinion while reviewing its rezoning plans to find a way to prevent flooding, minimize the impact on farmers, and protect Taiwan's strawberry kingdom. Isampan and Sanichi for TaiwanPlus.
The Indian Foreign Ministry has launched a complaint with China over its announcement of 2 new counties on land to which they have competing claims. The new counties of He'an and Hekang fall in the contested Aksai-Chin region, which is controlled by China. However, India still claims the area as part of its Ladakh region in the Himalayas. Border disputes in the region have been ongoing for decades, with deadly clashes killing soldiers on both sides. Last year, India and China agreed to ease tensions on the border with a new patrol deal. A Buddhist monastery in Nepal has reopened, drawing crowds to see its unique residents, kung fu fighting nuns. Kicking and punching while wielding swords, these kung fu nuns are back on stage after their monastery closed for 5 years during COVID, and now hundreds are turning out to see their skills. The monastery is the only one in its lineage to give nuns equal status as monks, allowing them to practice martial arts and exercise. Since its opening in 2009, the monastery has attracted 300 nuns from Bhutan, India, and Nepal, who also want to learn kung fu.
कुंग फू हम हमारे मेंटल और फिजिकल फिट रहने के लिए करते हैं और हमारा पर्पस थे वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट एंड जेंडर इक्वालिटी.
I really want to become a nun, and I have seen that nuns are doing lots of different walks, and they also perform the kung fu, and you know I'm very happy. I'm really attached with them, and I really want to become a nun to help others. Like they are helping lots of people at the time also. That's why I decided to become a nun at the young age.
They also want to achieve enlightenment, the highest state in Buddhism. But one nun from India says she believes she can also make a difference in her current cycle of life.
I always say like helping others is our religion. Whatever is more beneficial for other people, I would like to do that. Like we do a lot of self-defense workshops and we do a lot for environment. I think that would be my goal for now, coming forward.
The nuns have helped villages recover from natural disasters and hosted environmental cleanup pilgrimages. And for every community helped and every young girl inspired by these kung fu nuns, they may be one step closer to reaching enlightenment. Scott Huang and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus. Over 200 dinosaur footprints have been discovered in a quarry in southern England. The tracks are among the longest on Earth, and they're making quite an impression on scientists. Bryn Thomas reports.
Researchers in England are getting a glimpse into distant prehistory. That's after a worker discovered hundreds of dinosaur footprints from the Jurassic period in a quarry in Oxfordshire.
This is by far the largest dinosaur track site anywhere in the UK. It's actually one of the largest dinosaur track sites anywhere in the world. And it has these incredibly long dinosaur trackways, so some of these are stretching well over 150 meters.
The tracks are thought to be about 166 million years old. They sometimes cross and are from several different dinosaurs, including herbivores like Cereosaurus and Diplodocus and carnivores like Megalosaurus.
We've got so many prints here, we've got so many trackways, and we're several days into the excavation now, and we're still discovering more trackways.
So far, a team of 100 researchers say they've discovered over 200 footprints, each one a physical trace of an unknown past. Patrick Chen and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we take you to Virginia, where a pygmy hippo is experiencing water for the first time. I'm Tiffany Wong. Take care and see you next time.